Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara Tarot. I will be doing your reading for April 2020. This reading will be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I haven't been on here for quite a while, but I felt that this was necessary to come back during a time where most people are out of work and feeling rather low. In general, I thought that it would be a nice thing to come back and be able to give someone some kind of guidance. So I will leave my email below if anyone wants to ask me a one-card question. I will do that for you guys for free. If you want a more in-depth reading for your specific situation, you can also email me on there for a personal reading. So that being said, I will get started and jump in for you. Hope everyone's doing okay during this time. I know it's been quite a lot to deal with, quite an adjustment, if I do say so myself. I mean, for some of you, maybe it wasn't. Maybe you work at home as is, but, you know, as you've probably seen, there's a lot of shaming that's coming along with just being outside. And shaming that comes with socializing is a little bit strange to me. You know, it feels a little unnatural. Though I understand the necessary reasons to do this. The other day, was going for a walk, and I found as I was coming close to somebody, I had to walk across the street so that I wouldn't disrupt them, and we stuck with social distancing, and it just felt so wrong, you know, because we're social beings, but to know that this is for, you know, help of humanity, just to stay away, is such like an interesting concept. So I hope you guys have been dealing with that well, and if you would like to leave me a comment to say how you've been dealing with this, I think it would be greatly appreciated, and maybe someone else can benefit from this as well. But, yeah. I will go ahead and jump into your reading, and then I have some things that I can offer to you as for help at this time. So the first card, I apologize, is the King of Swords, King of Swords, the the Six of Wands in reverse. My brain is not working. Death. Interesting. It seems like somebody has shut you out for a bit. They were rather cold to you. This person seems to have almost picked a fight with you and then just left it at that. Ghosted you in a way for some of you. For some of you, it might just be that you had such a rapport with someone and now they've just went cold. And they don't find a point really to speak to you, which has left you feeling out in the dark. But I feel that with the Six of Wands in reverse, it feels like you didn't win with the situation with them, and you might see some instances where you were wrong as well. Though you don't feel like you really deserved this person shutting you out, I think you're starting to reflect at this time on how you played a part in this situation. And I think right now, with the Death card coming up, I think that you'll see a change, because I think they're reflecting right now too, and I think you'll get a chance to hear at least some kind of an explanation about what had transpired between you and this person. This person can be Scorpio as well as you, because that is one card I see. I also see that they could be an air sign, meaning Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. With the King of Swords here, this person has a more masculine personality than you do. I believe they don't really communicate very well, and they don't communicate in an emotional sense. they do things very, they, like, I don't know, they could be direct when they say something, but it almost feels like they're ignoring their emotional desires at that. So this person is not, though this person may be a female, they have more like masculine features and ways that they deal with their emotions. They're more logic based, really. The Sun, 3 of Wands, the Hermit. I believe when things change, you'll get a period of feeling extremely happy. It might be very short-lived. It may give you a sense of nostalgia. It might remind you of a feeling you had during childhood or adolescent years where things were very intense, your emotions were really intense. This could also be with the Sun card that it seemed almost like sneaky, something you shouldn't do. Like the children are seen kind of running out of the Garden of Eden. They're probably not supposed to do that, but they feel guided to do so. So I feel like this is dealing with a relationship where it kind of felt like you were always guided back towards them, or they were always guided back towards you, and you're kind of trying to like sneak away with this happiness for a bit, and you feel guided to do this. But I also feel that after this initial feeling, because you guys are so emotional, but you do hold on to things from the past so much, oftentimes, I have to say, it's not all of you, of course, but it is a typical Scorpio trait. I believe that with the 3 of Wands, many of you will have a quick emotional like harshness where you kind of are just thinking like, you know what, I do want to kind of move on from this. And I think you'll get what you needed, and you'll get that change in relationship or that change in communication for that bit of time. But I think it might be too late for most of you. And with this Hermit card, I feel like after you have that realization, and though you're looking at all the possibilities of, where you could go and really deciding if that's what you want to do and kind of making yourself stuck in a way, you might feel emotionally crippled when you have that realization. So you might have a couple of days within that second week, second to third week of April where you're really starting to feel like locked up and like you can't really get much done because you're kind of like, I don't know, you're really kind of in your feelings for a bit, and it might paralyze you, if that makes sense. But I think after that you'll realize that you kind of want to be alone, and you, with the Hermit card, through isolation you will get your answers. So I think you'll decide to shut this person out, and probably shut most people out. You might not answer people for a few days, and that might be okay. I think the Hermit card is a good card, as they do reflect and learn a lot about themselves during this time. However, don't do it for too long and shut people out. Nine of Cups. 9 of Swords. Three of Swords. I have to say, for all the readings I've done, this one in particular I feel was easiest for me to read. So I will say what comes up. The 9 of Cups is the Wish card. Something that you've wanted for a long time is going to come true. The Wish card is everything comes to fruition. All of your, your wishes are granted. You really you become really happy, honestly. Like everything is coming true. The 9 of Swords is restlessness, unable to sleep, unable to eat, stressed out, overthinking, just anxiety ridden. The thing that comes with the Nine of Swords is anxiety ridden, but most of it's in your head. Now in this card you see all behind the swords are like demon faces and eyes will look at him. It's like the night terrors that he's getting. But, they're not really there. If you turn on the light, there's no monsters there. So it's kind of the same thing. I feel like you're going to get everything you want and you're so scared. And towards that last week of April, you're like terrified because things are starting to really fall into place. You're so scared that you're going to be heartbroken again. With the Three of Swords is a breakup. You're so scared that you are going to get your heart broken. You don't think that you can take it again, and you don't think you could take it again from somebody who's done this to you. But there's no need to worry. The anxiety is all in your head, because I don't think this person's coming back to hurt you. I think this person is coming back because they have realized something. And I think that if you want to make the choice to move on, if you really do feel that, you can. Your wish could be granted with moving on for some of you. I think a lot of you will choose to be with this person because of the change. I think you're just scared. But I think this is a good month for love for you, despite not being in the typical place for love to be experienced in a quarantine. But the bottom of the deck is the Magician card. Bottom of the deck is always a secret message or something that is underlying, and the Magician card is about getting everything that you wanted, getting all of your wishes granted, and this is happening because you've put in the work towards it. You've really put your mind towards the goals to achieve them, and when it comes to love, perhaps you've worked on yourself and you've attracted that energy that way. I think in other ways it'll be that, some of you may have used things like law of attraction or meditation, positive thinking techniques that are supposed to draw your desires towards you. I think you're going to start to see how powerful that really is right now. And with the Magician card, I can almost guarantee you that you've almost seen this coming. Now, Scorpios are really psychic people, so you might have had premonitions of these things in dreams. And I said this for another group. Maybe it was the Leo or the Virgo, but I feel like for some people you're going to really be experiencing deja vu. So look towards that this month as giving you some answers. So the other announcement I wanted to make was somebody had told me today, and I thought maybe I could help you guys. For those of you who are looking to meditate, who have before, and maybe you had some experience and you fell off, or maybe you don't have any experience with it and you just want to try something new. Headspace is giving free meditations, 3 to 10 minutes, different ones. So someone said it to me on Twitter, but I think it's about like Under the Weather is like the name, or because of the weathering. So it's linked specifically to the pandemic that is going on. Also, Bright Minds, yes. Bright Minds, you can go to contact us and you can ask for a free subscription given the medical climate that we are in right now. And that could be of use to you. But also, Bright Mind has 8 days of guided meditations that might ease you into meditating on your own, and then you could find plenty of free ones on YouTube if you choose to stick with it. But it might be positive for time management during this time, as well as stress management. So I hope that was helpful. I am not sponsored by them. I just believe that this could be helpful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you guys next month. Bye.